At the high point of trade, what a day it's turning out to be for our markets. Nifty 18,812, that's a near 150-point recovery from the lows. And it's led higher by, of course, both the Nifty Bank as well as the Nifty Financial Services, something we were talking about at the start of the show. The Nifty Financial Services has closed in on that 19,500 mark. 19,500 has a lot of open interest as well in terms of calls. So let's see whether it goes ahead and crosses that now or not. But it's been a stellar last 15 minutes of trade, and we've moved to the high point of trade for all the major indices. Yet another fresh record high for the mid-cap index as well. But it's that time of the show where we tell you everything that's taking place in the dealing rooms, and more importantly, the stocks which you should keep on your radar as well. Nimesh, as always, joins us back on the show. Nimesh, what do you have today?
Well, Mangalam, a good recovery in the second half of today's trade, but I guess the big talking point or the dominating theme was the large blocks in today's trade. And remember, this will have a big impact on the FI data as well. The reason I'm saying is because both in case of HDFC, AMC, as well as in Timken, it will not get reflected on the sell side. Yes. So the numbers will only get reflected on the buy side. So the number may look very large, but that's because of the two large blocks, which are HDFC, AMC and Timken India. Apart from that, I guess the momentum is back in the broader markets. You see the big surge in a lot of mid-cap and small-cap stocks in today's trade. In terms of sector-specific, I guess NBFCs and the PSU bank stocks. These are the two dominating themes where you've seen, some bit of chase happening now for the last couple of days, and that's been the case today as well. So these two sectors are well bid, is what I understand from institutions. I guess the other sector which is seeing a bit of a traction back is the large cap IT. Yeah. We've seen a big outperformance in mid cap IT. Now for the last couple of days, looks like there is a bit of money chasing the large cap IT names, the likes of HCL Tech Mahindra, all are getting well bid. So that's the overall market setup. But as I said earlier, today's number may look very large, but that's because of the two large blocks, Timken and HDFC AMC.
You spoke about large cap IT. As on Q, the IT index has moved to the high point. Again, Infosys, TCS doing extremely well as well, apart from the names that you said were well bid. But talking about names, tell us the masala here.
Well, so in terms of individual names, the first stock on my list today is Jamna Auto. A big surge in the last 1 hour of trade. There was a clean out trade from a large FII is what I understand. And after the block got done, we've seen a big surge in that stock. So maybe the disclosures and who's the buyer could be very interesting as far as Jamna Auto is concerned in today's trade. So that's the first one. Second stock is Strides Pharma. Again, within the pharma names, this was one stock which has not been much been talked about. But this month the stock is up 15-16%. A bit of surge as well of late. And now the street is expecting some sort of monetization in one of the subsidiary companies very soon. So that's something to track as far as Strides Pharma is concerned. The third stock is Dushman Pharma. Again, this is one stock been quiet for a very long time now. Today there is a big surge, up 10%. Last when I checked, on good volumes as well. Even in Dushman Pharma, there was a block of 15 lakh shares in the morning, and after that a big surge. So looks like some large investor has bought into Dushman Pharma as well. So these are a few names that I've highlighted. But as I said earlier, the big talking point was HDFC and Timken block, which happened today morning.
All right. Prashant has a question, actually. We'll go across to Prashant and then we'll talk about that.
I was waiting for one more name, but I think
Prashant, sorry, but I guess we don't have that symbol, so we can't speak about it.
Okay, all right. Go on, Mangalam.
Okay, no, Prashant, these names are extremely important, largely because today he spoke about Jamna Auto, Strides Pharma and Dushman Pharma. He's spoken about HDFC, AMC and Timken and all of that as well. Everyone here, all of us know about it. A large part of the viewers also know about it, but it's time that we reiterate this. And this because I was just looking at the strike rate of your D Street chatter over the last 2 weeks itself, a small number, but that strike rate actually beats most of the T20 batsmen strike rate as well. I mean, I was looking at some of these numbers, on June 19th, which was yesterday itself, Nimesh had reported here on D Street chatter that there is a large block deal that he's expecting in HDFC, AMC. That's happened. Today we got that confirmation. Aberdeen has sold 10%. The stock has surged 10% after that as well. Just the last week itself, on June 14th, Nimesh spoke about a large offer that was expected in Timken. And today again, that was confirmed. As it were, the parent sold 8% stake in the company. That stock also in focus. Then June 16th, Nimesh told us that a leading FII investor was a seller in IIFL Finance's block deal. And be that as it may, we saw the confirmation come by that evening. FIH Mauritius had sold stake, while DSP MF bought the stake as well. On the same day, we spoke about a clutch of marquee FIIs who were buyers in Kalyan Jewelers. And later, we didn't need the data to say that, but it nevertheless confirmed that Nomura and BNP Paribas were some of the buyers in the block deal. June 8th, we go back a couple of weeks, there was a large block trade that was expected in Kotak Mahindra Bank. And the same was confirmed on the 9th of June. Nearly 6,000 crore worth large trade taking place out there. And on 9th of June itself, we reported that a promoter entity was the likely seller in CMS Info Systems block deal. And the next day, I mean, it wasn't surprising that it happened, and Baring PE sold some stake. All in all, everything that Nimesh spoke about at the start of the show, $2 billion worth large trade, I think all $2 billion worth large trades were broken here on D Street Chatter itself. So it's been amazing, Nimesh. Congratulations. I remember at the start of the year we were speaking and you said that my resolution for this year is to get fitter and get my strike rate better at D Street Chatter,
well,
which was already
99.5
and it's now become what, 102?
No, I guess no, it's not like 99 or 102. But I guess the idea is to just make sure that we try to make as strong as possible, as genuine as possible. Actually, the whole idea is to make sure that the viewers really enjoy this segment, they get some cues out of it. I guess if you ask me what you read out in the last 2-3 weeks, what stood out for me, Pangalam, if you personally ask me, the Timken block.
Right.
You know, not many on the streets were expecting this. Even yesterday when the book was launched, I spoke to some buy-side guys. They all were surprised that why a promoter is selling, parent is selling a 8% stake in a block deal. So I think that stood out for me in terms of the scoop, so to speak, in terms of the deal.
Well, it may have surprised you, but none of us out here were surprised. And going from here on, none of the viewers should be surprised on everything that Nimesh speaks about out here as well. You spoke about the two resolutions, fitness and getting your strike rate better. Strike rate gets better. Let's break your fitness regulation.
Fitness is something which I still need to work on.
That's all right. You know, let's break that resolution. Order a bunch of pizzas.
We'll do this tomorrow morning. We'll do this in closing bell tomorrow.
Okay, tweet on Nimesh on closing bell for everyone here. That fitness resolution breaks tomorrow.
I